Welcome to the Raymond Did It podcast video thing.
It's a vlog. That's the
whatever the
gold we're using, vlog.
Yeah, whatever the kids are calling it nowadays.
That's what iJustine calls it, so that's what we're going to call it.
That's right. And remember, when your shit's not funny, just play it faster and make yourself sound like a chipmunk.
I'm Travis Legge. I'm at Travis Legge on Twitter. It'll be floating here-ish.
That is such an amateur move to actually say, it's going to be here.
Yeah.
Like, people know that now.
Well, some people, but, you know.
Maybe not our viewers. They're atavistic at best.
There could be some.
And now that I've insulted you, I am Tim Stotz, Tim_Stotz on the Twitters.
And, follow us both. As you know, this is about our upcoming horror film, Raymond Did It, which largely we owe to Twitter. We wouldn't have been able to get nearly as much of our resources compiled without the use of Twitter. So please follow us on there. There's usually really good information about Raymond Did It and about just other upcoming projects we have going on. And clergy molestation humor. That's usually what we tweet about, generally speaking.
Yeah, it seems to go there anyway. That's our go-to guy. It's our default position.
It's the fallback, yeah. We have nothing better to talk about.
Yeah.
But today we do have better things to talk about.
Lots.
We wanted to just kind of give a brief introduction to what it is we're doing here. We're planning on getting on, once every week or so to try to just kind of give you guys a State of the Union as to where Raymond Did It is. We're aiming for a February 11th, 2011 release.
Valentine's Day.
It's a good date movie. Bring your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your...
No hate.
Right, no hate. You're hetero, homo, omnisexual.
We don't give a shit. Just go see the flick.
Your sister, wife, bring whoever you want. Now
we're offending our Tennessee viewer.
Utah,
and
sister wives live.
Yeah,
the Mormons. I can't have a polygamous marriage, not only because my wife would shoot me in the face, but also because I was excommunicated from the Mormon Church. It's a little tidbit.
He wouldn't wear the special underwear.
Yeah, I wish it was that simple, but I wouldn't tithe, actually. So they will kick you out
money
if
thing?
you can't afford to go to heaven. If you have children to feed, you get to go to hell. And so
I'd like to think that that's not the only reason you're not a Mormon.
That really is the reason I was... it's the reason I was excommunicated.
Okay.
It's not the only reason I'm not a Mormon.
That's a fine distinction there. Okay. Not being able to be in a club that won't have you is one thing. Saying I don't want to be in that club is a really different thing.
That's true, but,
Wow. Okay.
The sour grapes about excommunication, though, doesn't make it nearly as amusing. Back to Raymond Did It. Valentine's Day weekend, 2011.
Right. No, just let's go over what we plan on doing. Plans can be broken, obviously, but our format for this thing. We're going to start out with news, which we've already kind of started, and we will get back to, because it's always good form to interrupt a guy right in the middle of a good story.
Right.
And then we're going to have cast and crew that are accessible to us still, who are not too good for us now. They will come and entertain us and amuse. We're kind of missing man formation right here. I mean, it feels a little weird not having Robert here.
It is a bit odd, yeah.
Pizza roll.
Human flesh.
But yeah, in addition to that, cast crew members, Robert's Corner when he can. Obviously, news, State of the Union, little rant here and there about the MPAA for one thing coming up. Tangents, drinks when we can. It's like 10 something in the morning right now, so we're not that hardcore just yet. And then we're trying to mobilize the street team. We're going to give you guys some challenges should you choose to accept them, and should you not to, it's a valid lifestyle choice as well. I'm not as excited about it, but do that if that's what you want.
Yeah,
but
no hate.
No hate. No, yeah, just whatever. But if you can help us spread the word, we're grassroots as grassroots comes.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the entire film from go has been, just a network of people talking, people tweeting, people interacting via, the internet and getting the word out that way. I mean, that's entirely what we've relied upon. So we're going to be introducing a street team concept and a couple of ideas for that in order to use that theater to try to get our film in theaters, and to get as wide of an audience as possible.
Yeah, we're not people of tremendous means, as you can see by our fabulous studio. The Sears Portrait Studio, we're going to be behind moon landing next time is what I want our background to be.
The moon landing would be awesome.
And then 80s abstract after that. But so anything you guys can do to help us out, it's going to ensure that we can show the movie. Not ensure, but it's going to help take steps toward getting the theater secured that we can show Raymond Did It in your town. And just help us plug along. I mean, we're coasting on fumes, folks.
Well, one of the biggest challenges for an independent filmmaker is just to make sure that people are aware that his film exists, or her film, or their film.
Yeah.
And
our film, really.
So, fortunately, we live in the age of the internet where pretty much anything's possible. So we're just kind of asking that you, if you dig what we're doing, you hop on board. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, it's on this same YouTube feed, and it's on Matt Trailer. And
we'll probably put this on iTunes as well. I don't know.
I'm sure
it'll be very clear on how to find the trailer.
You'll be able to.
If you're here,
we might even put a link.
Odds are good you already know where the trailer is.
Place.
Yeah, we might do that right on across his nipples.
My nipple link.
Yeah.
Click my nipples to watch the Raymond Did It trailer. Well, and one thing we should cover too, especially for people who are just finding this the first time. In case you're not aware, Raymond Did It is a slasher film. The essential premise is that a developmentally delayed man is framed for his younger brother's murder. His brother is killed in a playground mishap, and all the other kids responsible decide to blame Raymond for it because with him being developmentally delayed, they feel that he won't go to a real prison, he'll just go to a hospital, and then everybody gets to go on and live their happy lives on their own. And of course,
not nice.
Right, it was a very mean thing to do, and he spends 6 years in a mental institution kind of brewing on that hate, and on the anniversary of his brother's death, he breaks free and seeks bloody revenge on the parties responsible. So that's
Does he get it?
Our basic premise. I'm sure there will be some revenge for certain.
You don't need to tell them that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe also Darth Vader's Luke's father. Why not just keep something there for him?
I think they'll figure that.
They figure that out. You think? I don't know.
The trailer bits probably. The screaming. Jessica's screaming. Speaking of Jessica and Lindsay, we were very blessed to have a couple of former cast members from VH1 Scream Queens in our film.
Right.
Lindsay Felton, and she also, she was on Caitlin's Way and in
Thunder Alley.
Thunder Alley.
Yeah.
She's been in a million and a half things. So
pedigree there.
Amazing actress.
Yeah.
Great to work with. Love her to death.
Can't wait for you guys to see her. I mean, not only just she did such good nonverbal stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that does separate the pros from the folks who will someday be pros.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a slasher film, and I'm a big fan of 70s, 80s slashers. If my wardrobe didn't give that away, and part of that,
your wardrobe mainly tells me you have a cat.
That's true. I have two actually. They're step cats. But being a fan of the 70s, 80s slasher films, there's a lot in Raymond Did It that's aimed towards, kind of suspense and pacing and build up, and a lot of nonverbal performance cues, particularly out of Lindsay, who, she's got the weight of this entire film on her performance, on making the audience care about what she's going through without having the benefit of dialogue to fall back on. And she just did an amazing job. I mean, I was nervous going into it as a director and a screenwriter because everything I've done previously, if you've seen the previous work, it's 90% dialogue driven.
Sure.
I didn't have any conversations about jerking off on a couch to fall back on this time.
Didn't make the cut.
So it just wasn't there. So it was a very unnerving experience going into. But as soon as I met with Lindsay and we talked about the character, I knew that she would be able to give me that performance, and she did better than I ever could have asked for. I mean,
right.
She really carries the film.
Cool.
I can't say enough nice about her.
No, we can't. And maybe that's something we should do. We do a profile on each of our main actors each episode.
That's not a bad idea.
So that was our Lindsay Felton one, because we don't want these to go on forever. Because honestly, if you wanted us to talk forever about how good our cast was, seriously, we could. We could inherit, or our grandkids could inherit. You talk now as I'm on my deathbed, because really, we dated out of our league big time on this one,
for sure,
with everybody involved. Not just Lindsay. Although she definitely,
Jessica,
brought
Elissa.
it. Yeah, the whole thing.
Stephen was amazing.
Yeah,
and
just
Kyle. We that was like finding gold in our backyard, with Kyle Hoskins.
Right. And who has, like, my gosh, the intimidating factor of Elissa Dowling's IMDb page. IMDb page.
Yeah, she's
is
been
crazy.
in everything.
But but as we said, we'll definitely give everybody their due. Let's kind of move on to the next thing. And that's another part of this is we're going to try to appreciate the people as much as possible. If you don't get to your name in this first go round, you're destined for it. I mean, we're definitely, and we're actually looking for sponsors too. I mean, at the risk of being, a bit opportunistic there. And in addition to sponsors, more investors, we're also just going to give shout outs to people who've already helped us out with in-kind and things like that.
For sure. And I mean, and that's another thing, I know a lot of people watch stuff like this to try to get like tips or secrets about
I guess we can do that too. I
about
think
making a movie.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and
I love that stuff, but I think not everybody else will.
Well, I'm sure a lot of our, or at least a portion of our audience is probably other indie filmmakers. I watch other indie filmmakers rant on YouTube.
Well, let us know at ask.raymonddidit@gmail.com.
Right, ask.raymonddidit@gmail.com.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be about that. Just any questions. We're going to do a viewer mail thing at the end of every episode too. So,
so you'll have a chance to let us know what you want to know. But the thing I was getting at was that asking for things, asking people, that's like the biggest advice I can give to other filmmakers, and that's what made our film work, is just not being afraid to ask people for things. That's how you get things done.
Big difference I'd like to just throw in there real quick between asking somebody for something in earnest with humility and feeling entitled that you have it coming to you because you're a fucking star. I've run into that a little bit, and that sticks in my craw, Travis Legge.
Yeah, it's a bit irritating of a quality. If you're going out and you're trying to make this kind of thing happen, we're asking for people to help us with our street team right now. Yeah. When we approached Dan Minnick, the guy who took care of hair for us, kept our people fed, kept me alive because I wound up with some horrible virus.
The mystery tea. We don't want to get into what that shit was.
There was some magical tea he brought, and it made me survive the last half of the shoot. But Dan was a saint, and it was a simple matter of saying, hey, look, there's these services that you provide. Can you please help us? And, this is what my vision is. Please help us make it happen. And he was more than happy to, because he's a great guy and because he saw the validity.
He had fun, In Dan's case, it wasn't just about, oh, sure, I'll help you. I guess you're okay, Joe's. But like, oh, wait, I get to be on set?
Right.
I mean, he had fun. And I think that if you try to keep your set fun as much as possible, it can get really tense.
A little bit.
and things can happen. But, just reward your people as much as you can.
Absolutely.
And that's something we're still trying to do to this day.
For sure.
But,
and I just think that, it's important to, when you're approaching people, to ask them for help, to just be honest with them about what you expect the end product to be. And it's important to give people their just desserts when it comes to helping.
Sure.
The street team, we're going to be asking for people to put up flyers. We're going to be asking for, we're going to be putting out a T-shirt soon. We're going to be asking for people to get the word out. When we first started this thing, we accepted like $3,500 worth of donations on Indiegogo.com.
Mm-hmm.
And all those donations have a reward level. We're still in the process of getting those rewards out. Some of them are DVD copies of the movie. Obviously,
we haven't
the movie's
finished
not
that
done
yet. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a little bit here.
Some of them are posters of the film. Well, because of the MPAA, we have to wait before we can send those out because we have to send them a printed copy of the poster.
Or we'd have to mail a sticker to everybody saying this has got an R rating.
Yeah.
Hope ski.
Yeah. So, but it's even if it takes time, you get to the people that helped you out and you help them back out. And hopefully, when it's all said and done, February 11th, 2011, we will all be able to sit in a big crowded theater and nosh on some popcorn and watch an awesome slasher flick.